There's a topic that has been suggested to me by a patron. It's something I haven't talked about before. Wow, Professor Stick talking about new stuff? When was the last time that happened? Anyway, I was recently made aware of a phenomenon called the law of attraction. At first I thought, that sounds like some physics thing, you know? Doesn't it sound like some law in physics that you just don't know about? Turns out that's not really what it is. Instead, it's about making something you want become true if you really, really want it in your head. Yep, that's right. Kind of sounds like a certain other biologist that I debunked before who claims that your mind and thoughts can control the things that happen to you. Anyway, I was just surfing around for a random video to become victim of my terrible commentary, and I found one that was quite interesting.
What if I told you you could have everything you ever wanted in this world if you simply believed you could have everything in this world?
You know what's interesting? If we follow this logic, then I would only believe I could have what I want because I believe in the law of attraction. But I would only believe that the law of attraction works if I myself believe I can have what I want. Kind of circular, don't you think? So in other words, I believe in the law of attraction because I believe in the law of attraction.
Would you believe me?
I don't know. Do I believe you enough to believe you?
A large majority of you would probably honestly say no, that it isn't too simple like that. But what if it was?
Wouldn't that be a perfect utopia? Anyone, anywhere could just get whatever they desire just from believing hard enough. If that were the case, we wouldn't even have to talk about economics, politics, Oh wait, but what if two people had opposing desires and they both believed it hard enough? Like, what if I wanted to come first in a marathon, but somebody else wanted to too, and we both believed hard enough? I mean, surely this can't work for everyone, right? People have opposing desires all the time. Like that one time my friend ordered a pizza with pineapples on it, and I was like, I want a new friend, and he was like, no, don't go!
I believed in the law of attraction before I even knew what it was. The law of attraction is based on Newton's third law. For every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction.
I thought she would try to justify this a little more, but that's all she says about Newton's third law, which, by the way, as you guessed, has nothing to do with your thoughts or what you can make reality through your mind. Newton's third law specifically applies to forces and objects. If you push a ball forwards, for example, there's an equal amount of force that the ball pushes back onto you. It's one of those simple physics laws you learn in high school. Unfortunately, it has nothing to do with the law of attraction, so let's not use wordplay to make it related somehow.
The law of attraction is based on these concepts that like attracts like, that everything in this world is based on the intention or the thought that you put out into this world. Thoughts become things essentially. Your thoughts are your reality. What you think you are, you become. And you are what you think you are.
Looking at this now, it's a pretty optimistic way of viewing your life, right? I agree to some extent. You are what you think you are. Not exactly that, but you as a person changes depending on how you view yourself. It's always important not to underestimate yourself, to view yourself highly. Don't downplay your abilities, stuff like that. And these types of positive thoughts can help you grow as a person. But that's not exactly what we're talking about here now, is it? You becoming a certain way is different than, quote, having whatever you want in this world, because that statement implies a lot of external stuff, such as wanting a new car or becoming the next Bill Gates or whatever. When you ask someone what is it you really want in this world, many people are going to bring up material things, or things you can't obtain just by changing yourself. There's only so much you can do from just your thoughts alone.
Everything in this world, if you think about it, was created by intention or by a thought. The street light on the street was a thought that then became a thing.
Alright, that's not fair. You picked a streetlight which fits your analogy. Sure, there was a purpose behind that, but what about a mountain? Was that created by a thought or an intention? What about diseases that indiscriminately kill people? What about pineapples on pizza? There's no purpose there other than to create an abomination.
So if you understood the power of your mind, the power of the human mind, and the power of your thinking, you would not dare to say such atrocious and vile things ever again.
Again, good message to send, I suppose. People should always treat each other with kindness and respect. People shouldn't be saying horrible things to each other. But what do negative thoughts onto other people have to do with getting what you want? I mean, let's say we assume the first premise is true, that your thoughts can turn into reality. If I wished horrible things upon another individual, that wouldn't be bad for me, right? I mean, what's the counter logic to that? Do things wished upon other people bleed into your own life or something? Don't get me wrong, I'm not promoting the idea that it's okay for people to have ill thoughts against others, but I just don't see where the incentive is not to do so. What's the consequence to saying atrocious and vile things? Especially if you actually meant it to someone you hate or something. I don't know.
It is that the idea of whatever you desire, of whatever you choose to focus on, will expand and grow into your life. They will manifest into your life. If you are constantly thinking in the lack of, you will constantly attract and manifest the lack of.
I see. Excellent. Sounds relatively consistent now, but there's still something I have to ask. I know you've all been waiting for this question. It's been so hard to hold it in. I've done well to keep it inside me this whole time. You guys ready? The moment we've all been waiting for. Where's the proof?
Studies have shown that the placebo effect is 33% effective. The law of attraction is essentially understanding and using the power of your mind to create your reality.
Okay, well, 33% is not really all that much now, is it? That means that only 33% of my thoughts would turn into reality. Oh, so if I wish on something 3 times, I'll guarantee to get it? Okay, for real though, yes, your mind does have a powerful influence. Yes, the placebo effect is real. It is much more powerful than what a lot of people imagine. But that makes sense, right? Your mind and your mental state can say a lot about how your body recovers from certain illnesses and whatnot. Of course, it depends on the situation, but the way you mentally feel overlaps a lot on how you physically feel. However, that applies only to your own body. It's not like your thoughts can transition into something outside of yourself, right? There are so many factors that come into play that determines events and what happens around you. There's no way your thoughts would have any significant influence on everything.
We are living energetic magnets. Whatever we focus on, it expands and grows. And with that being said, the law of attraction says that nothing new can essentially come into your life or can be attracted without the appreciation and gratitude for what is already there.
What if one day a family member or a friend just died from some accident, like a car crash or heart attack or something? Does that mean you wish that upon them before it happened? Does that mean that in your head they're already dead? Like, what is this nonsense?
For example, if you only respond to criticism or only to the hate comments, you will manifest only more criticism and more hate comments in your life. It is simple as that.
Good thing I've already learned the sacred art of ignoring haters.
Someone once told me that everyone in your life is essentially a mirror. They reflect the inherent qualities in you in some way, shape, or form.
My friend ordered pineapple pizza the other day, so I don't think that's true.
So whatever you're putting out into the universe, you're essentially getting that back. If you're bringing out toxicity into the world, it will manifest in some way, shape, or form, whether that be through your relationships, through your work life, through your health.
Wait, what? You're telling me that this is non-specific? If I have a negative thought, it will come back in some way, shape, or form? It doesn't come back specifically as a manifestation of my specific thought? Is that the same for positive thoughts too? In that case, how in the world can you get everything you've ever wanted if you can't even control what it is you get?
And with the law of attraction, I believe that there's a 3x3 rule, that you need to have your feelings, thoughts, and actions in alignment with what you want to manifest.
3x3 means 9 in total.
The law of attraction is basically the idea of reshaping your thoughts, feelings, and actions into already believing that you have what you want. So you're not thinking, I want to travel more. You are thinking, I already travel more. I travel a lot. You are not thinking, I want to be rich. You are thinking, I am already rich. You can visualize it, you can feel it, you can think it, you act upon it.
Okay, so it is specific. That's so weird. It feels like there are contradictions all over this. By the way, am I the only one who feels that this type of thinking is very dangerous? If a middle-class man believes he is rich and lives as if he is rich, isn't that kind of bad? If you can't afford a mansion or a new car or a large popcorn from the movie theater, you shouldn't be buying them. You said you have to visualize, feel, and act upon it. I mean, what does acting upon it mean when you're thinking that you're rich? That means to spend on luxurious things, right? What else could it mean? That would just be financially irresponsible.
You are acting already in the manner of someone who is rich or is someone who has already fallen deeply in love.
Oh, hey, it worked!
And a lot of people who have resistance to the law of attraction will tell me, well, I'm realistic, I'm down here, I'm grounded here on earth. And I honestly used to think that too. And I used to too believe that systematic oppression, geographic borders, ethnicity, race, all of that were barriers to the law of attraction, that you couldn't change what you were born into.
I mean, that's exactly it, isn't it? There are tons of things that are simply not in your control. The family you're born into has a lot to do with that. The country you're born in, what the financial situation of your parents are when you were growing up. Stuff like that you absolutely cannot control. It's so silly to think you are the master of everything, and it's also kind of narcissistic, don't you think? At the end of the day, all we need is evidence. If you truly believe what you say is true, just present some scientific evidence that this is the case. Because so far, what I see from proponents of the law of attraction are just anecdotal evidence at best. If we could replicate it in a controlled environment, then I'd be more inclined to believe you. Anyway, kind of a silly video today. What do you guys think about the law of attraction? Basically, what I see this as is just a fancier term for karma. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you to Fireshard, Liam, Don Jessica, Joe Goldenberg, and JN for your absolute loyalty over at Patreon. With the power of my mind, I wish you all good fortune. See you later.